Here are little known ways that you can save for retirement. Stay tuned.
Cindy says, Cindy says, work it out, work it out, till you move, work it out. Cindy says, finance looking, work it, hey, mind yeah. Cindy says, work it out though, work it out. Nothing moves till you move, work it out. Finance looking right, work it out though. Mind and your body right, work it out though, work it out though.
Step 1 that we've talked about before is set a goal. Determine how much you would like to have by the time you retire. First of all, set the age you want to retire. If you want to set it according to the federal rules, or you want to set them to your own personal rules. Figure out how much you want to save and when you want to retire. Once you determine that, then you can determine how much you're going to need to save monthly, daily, yearly. First of all, set a goal. Don't just sit around, when retirement comes, I'll be ready, and just do a little. Be proactive, because if you're lucky enough, you'll live enough or live long enough to retire. You may retire young, but you need a plan. You need to set a goal. For some people, retirement is just around the corner, and for others, you're just beginning to work or you're in the middle of your career. Start wherever you are. Start right now today. Stop spending. Look at where your money is going. If you do not have the amount of funds you would like to have when you retire, no matter what your age is, stop spending right now. Minimally start watching exactly where all your money is going and cut back and save. Put your money in some type of tool, a savings account or CD, where it's at least making some money every year. Step 2, stop spending and start small today. And the way you determine where to start is, like I said, you look and see where your money is actually going and stop your money from going those places and instead save it. Another tip is to start putting monies into a savings tool automatically. Don't even let the money come into your regular checking account. Have the money go directly into a savings account or a tool that you're going to use to save your money. I know on this channel we do a lot of savings challenge, and we're using cash, and we're doing the cash envelope challenges. This is before you even start that. This money comes out of your check just like the IRS, like taxes, but it goes into a tool that you're going to use to save your money for retirement. As far as tax accounts that you're going to use or consider for retirement, like the 401k, and where the company is matching monies for you, always take the max. If it's 3%, they're going to match. If it's 6%, it's going to match. Definitely take the max. If you're a little further in your years, let's say 40 and over, you may want to consider being a little more aggressive. Even though your employer is doing 3 to 6%, you may want to start doing 10% of your check and put it towards retirement, because you're 40, so you're looking at retiring soon. You can't do at 40 what you can do at 21. So instead of the 6% or the 3%, consider putting in 10%. The 3 or 6% that your job is putting in is basically free money. It makes no sense not to use that benefit, get that free money from the job. Always save more than what you need. As a general rule, we want to have an emergency fund of 6 months. Save. Once you're past the emergency fund, then start putting additional funds into your savings tool. For example, if you're going to save, let's say $10,000 for 6 months, that's what you need for an emergency fund, just in case you laid off. Once you get that $10,000, don't stop saving there. Just take the monies that you were normally saving or putting into your emergency fund and put into your savings tool to use toward retirement. Just bottom line, you're going to always be saving until you reach the goals or till you reach the amount of money that you need or you feel comfortable retiring with. This tip, I'm going to read my notes from this. This is about stocks. I don't really do stocks. I just know stocks work if you know how to work them, and they don't work if you don't know how to work them. So rebalance your savings tools regularly. If you are investing in stocks, You may want to heavily invest in stocks that take some risk off the table. Consider selling some of the stocks, lowering your overall risk profile. I would say 45 and 50 and over, you may want to lower your risk profile because you're cruising on into retirement. We don't have any money to lose at this point. When you're in your 20s and 30s, I think you can take a little more risk, but 50, no more. We're done with risk. We need to save, 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 save. The next tip is about investing into mutual funds. It can be smart to use in a mutual fund to save money for your retirement. Unfortunately, some of them have high fees and lousy performance. And if they don't have high fees, they're usually not going to really get a good return on them. So do your research with that. Talk to a financial planner. You can actually just talk to someone, a member services person at your credit union, and they will either refer you or they will educate you on mutual funds. That's another sort of safe tool to use. Usually when things are safe, you don't make as much money, but you're also not spending money. You're making some money, and some money is better than no money. So talk to your member service representative at your credit union or at your bank, or if you have a financial planner, which you should. Talk to your financial planner. You don't have to wait for them to call you. Call them. This is your retirement. You have control over what happens. Don't wait for anyone to call you. You call them. Another way to save money or create money is pay off all high interest debt way before retirement, but of course as soon as possible. If you're 50 and over and you still have high interest debts, pay those high interest debts off or refinance them. For example, a vehicle, if you got a 10% interest, we need to refinance because we need to take those differences in the money that you're saving from that payment and put it into a savings tool. And what we don't want to do if we have to retire and still have a debt, we don't want that debt to be high. You really want to pay off all the high interest debt, or at least get it where the interest rate is very, very low, 6%, 3%, 1%, 0%, before we retire and we move over to a fixed income. So pay off all your high interest debt, and if you can't, at least refinance it and take the difference in the monies and put it into a savings tool. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Cindy Says, leave a comment at below, and by all means, share. If you have any questions, put them at the bottom and I'll get the information for you and respond as soon as I can. Until next time.